I read through the stimulus material and was able to identify a few themes that helped to generate my guiding research question that guided my project. First, I read the article U.S. Millennials More Likely to Support Censoring Offensive Statements About Minorities by Jacob Pushter. In the article, Pushter describes the apparent difference between the opinions of millennials when compared to the opinions of other generations. This led me to wonder whether the millennial generation has a unique set of political values when compared to other generations as well. Millennials have displayed a pattern and a desire to be involved with the media in several aspects of their life, as they spend 9 hours a day on media, according to CNN. Next, I read Kurt Vonnegut's letter. And in the letter, Vonnegut says he has declined to go on TV and declined to write any editorial letters to media pages. This shows his displeasure with the media due to negative anticipated impacts that it would have. This displeasure with the media runs contrary to the pattern demonstrated by millennials. Because I'm of the millennial generation and I'm beginning to formulate my own political opinions and values, I began to consider what factors could influence these opinions. For example, family, school, and media. This led me to question, to what extent does media influence the political values and opinions of the millennial audience? And through my research, it is evident that the media influences the political values of the millennial audience to a significant extent. It is commonly believed that millennials tend to be liberal. According to Allison Novak, PhD in Communications, Culture, and Media, this is due to their media environment. She says the common media choices of millennial generation reflect liberal ideology. As two specific examples of this, she cites BuzzFeed and Elite Daily. Although it's not the only factor, this shows how media impacts the political values of millennials through their specific media choices. There has also been a mobile migration to social media among millennials. More than 6 in 10 millennials report getting political news on Facebook in a given week. More recently, the relationship between media use and political results has been evident in the 2016 presidential election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. On the left side of the screen, you'll see a map that represents the actual electoral college results. On the right, you'll see a map that represents a hypothetical situation in which only millennials had voted in the 2016 presidential election. Hillary Clinton would have won in a landslide, winning 473 of the electoral votes compared to Donald Trump's 32. Given that millennials use social media a lot and millennials largely prefer the Democratic candidate, one might wonder what the reasoning for this is. One possible reason for this could be the presence of media bias. 55% of likely voters said the media is biased against the Republican nominee. Additionally, the emergence of fake news in social media and other media organizations has influenced the voting patterns of millennials and other voters. While the millennial vote didn't impact the actual outcome of the election this year in 2016, millennials are projected to represent the largest group in the electorate by 2020, representing 34%. So because of this, it is important to reduce and minimize the impact that the media has on the millennial generation in their voting. One possible solution to minimize this influence is to have media organizations verify all news that is credible and eliminate as much fake news as possible. However, there are many limitations to this solution. First, executives of social media organizations will be very challenged to determine what is credible and what is not. Also, this could take away or violate some First Amendment rights of writers and other speakers on the media. A more practical solution is to educate the millennial generation to become intelligent, skeptical consumers of news. This can be done by educational seminars and informative programs at venues that cater to the millennial generation, such as colleges and universities. Programs like these can also be integrated into core classes at high schools because the high school age group is one that will be of voting age in the near future. By creating By creating a media environment in which young people can formulate original, educated opinions on political issues, it will strengthen our political process.